What is going on, guys? It's JSButts here. Wicked Wall isn't with me right now because he had to go out. This is a narration. It was initially a live commentary over this gameplay. However, being a noob like I am, I completely forgot to turn on the primary sound capture card, and so all you can hear at the moment in the background is the gameplay audio. So I'll give you a brief rundown of this video. This video is going to contain me absolutely wrecking the red and green team in proper JSButts Wicked Wolf style, in which, we're completely outnumbered and outgunned, and yet we still somehow come out not only triumphant, but also completely humiliating our opponents, as you'll see later on in the video. But first I'll give you a quick rundown of my class. So I'm a warrior. Now, a warrior is possibly the best melee weapon class in Colony Wars. The general is probably meant to be a little bit better, but because of the wolf wand you get with the iron sword, it just seems that the iron sword just seems to be better than the general at the moment. I'm suspecting, I suspect that might change in the future, but that's how it stands for the moment. So the warrior, when you start off, needs a blacksmith. You can actually see it being built in the game there at the moment. It's a good time to talk about it. But yeah, so when you get a blacksmith, you will immediately get your iron sword, which will probably pop up in a minute. You'll see a little iron sword appear, and also something which looks like a ghast here. That's actually your wolf wand, and you can right-click to spawn a wolf down in front of you. And yes, you can see it just there. The reason it looks like a ghast here at the moment is because the texture pack didn't get updated to 1.6 just yet. They're still working on that. But the warrior class is a great class for rushing in, as once the blacksmith is built and you've got that, you can effectively just go, grab your upgrades, and then just run into the enemy base and completely wreck them, and they won't be expecting you. And because you can build the blacksmith so quickly, you can get there probably before they've built their church, and so if they die, they're gone. So now as you can see here, at the moment, I'm just gathering gold, because instead of rushing, I decided I'm going to take my time, make sure I've got everything ready and together. That was my initial plan. You'll see later on how that turns out, in fact quite shortly. But yeah, so the first thing we usually do is just rush to the mines, as you can see, and just grab all the gold we can, so that we can build all the items for our team. Like you can see there, I think that's a farm being built. You saw me earlier typing that we needed a church, just in case someone decided to rush us, and we died. I've also got the blacksmith there, which is where I'm rushing to now. That's me spawning my wolf, just right-clicking on the ground. So yeah, I ran in here, and I had enough money to put all the upgrades in my sword. So you can see on the left, it says my new personal balance has decreased. I think it's to around like 4,000 or something. But now my sword is completely upgraded. So right now I could have decided to rush around to our church as soon as it was built and rush the enemy base. But you'll see what happens in just a second. This was a really exciting gameplay. I really think you guys are going to enjoy it. I get an absolute mad ton of kills. I do die at the end. Spoilers for anyone who didn't want to know that, and or don't want to have. They don't have the time to watch the end of the video. But yeah, so right then I was just collecting all the money. I've got enough money for my sword, but I need enough money for food and potions. So I think right now I run around and I'm looking for the farm. And eventually I see the church and think, okay, I can go there, and then I spot the farm. Little doggy on its own. I think, yeah, I was going to say, I think I smacked that dog. It's technically not animal abuse because it's not a real animal, I guess, because it's in a game. But yeah, here I decided, in the audio actually, I mentioned that I was going to try and demonstrate what a golden apple does for you. Now, just to eat quickly so my health gets back up before running out into the woods where I plan on mining some trees. But the first thing I do is just demonstrate quickly the effects of the golden apple. Now, as you could see, when I eat the golden apple and then press E, as well as having regeneration, I have absorption, which basically means when you attack an opponent with your sword, you will absorb some of the damage that you've done to him and regenerate some of your hearts, which is really useful when you're in kind of like a one-with-one situation. When it's you against someone you're equally balanced, you can get the edge on them. Now, as you can see here, I kind of spot someone to my right, and it's a warrior. And now, just as I'd mentioned previously, warriors are good at rushing, and sure enough, a few minutes later, and what's happened? A warrior has rushed us. And so I'm thinking, oh god, I better alert my team. So I just type in, failing a few times, green, with exclamation marks to let them know that he's here. And then one of my friends on the team immediately types no, thinking I might have been implying that we should attack the greens. So here's me panicking and thinking, right, well, I need to get to the church, grab some potions in case he starts hitting me. So I run around into the church and see a teammate, thinking, okay, well, this teammate's probably prepared. And then I see my wolf one's called, spawn a wolf, so I'm protected from behind. And I can't get a cathedral, so I just decide I'm going to grab as many expensive potions as I can. They get cheaper when you upgrade, by the way. So it was me just thinking, okay, oh, my green guy's... Oh, my green guy... Oh, sorry, not my green guy. My blue guy was completely destroyed by my green guy. So at this point in the audio, I was just kind of like, right, that's it. Got to have some revenge here. So what do? We charge. And that's what I'm doing. And I decided, screw it. I've got a few potions. I've got a golden apple. I've got some stakes. I've got my upgraded sword. Let's wreck this guy. He kills my team, not on my watch. So I'm going in, chasing him. And I can see in the background there, you just see suddenly, I realise that all of Green's team are there. Does that scare me? Not even slightly. Let's mess all of them up. Let's kill the lot. That was my plan of thought. And what you're about to see is whether or not it succeeded. So insert the music here. And boom. Right there we have it. 1, 2, 3 greens quickly taken down and a quick retreat afterwards. Because that is just how we roll. That is how you take down the green team. Oh god, what happened to my voice there? The green team! So this is me just running away, thinking I'll go dodge around the lake. So wiggle, zigzag. I can't see anything in front of me. All the chunks are taking ages to updating as I get there. But there's me pressing F5, check behind me, no one there. So, well, that's good. And as you can see there, that's me just showing off my cape, because I recently installed the capes mod, and then it's me just hopping forward, thinking I'll go back, and oh my god, what happened is that I got smacked repeatedly by the cloaker that was chasing me, and I had no idea he was there. So that is why you don't rest around with F5, and you keep running until you are certain that no one is chasing you, including a cloaker. Now, as you can see at the moment, I've decided that I'm going to go back, start mining some trees. So yeah, I've got my wolf, just respawned, no one's going to be coming for me just yet, I'm fine. And then I see that guy in the distance, and I'm like, okay, keep my eye out for him, I know he's there. Haven't bought any more potions, so I'm just like, alright, I'll mine some trees, I'll buy some more potions, everything will be okay. And that's kind of what I do. Now, whilst we're waiting for the next bit of action, let me quickly tell you about a story. So I'm sure for everyone who's seen my last video, you saw that we were playing against creator narrates. Well, as soon as that game ended, Ryan and I decided we were going to jump into Syndicate Games, which is another new game mode hosted on the Multicube servers. I'd recommend checking it out, guys. And I decided, I'm just going to go in a game, see how I go. It was my first game. Who was it against? Mr. Narrates himself. And so we had a lovely bit of banter, and I ended up, saying to him, oh, hi, do you remember me from the previous game? And we ended up chatting, and I ended up having to give him a wooden sword because he didn't get a single sword. And then I ended up jumping into a spider's web backwards, and he completely killed me, owned my ass, and wrecked me. And so it was quite funny because afterwards he messaged me saying, that was the first time I've killed a butt, at which point I thought was really cute. Bless him. Don't know why I said that. But yeah, so we had a pretty fun game, and I'm sure Wicked Wall, if he does a single commentary video like this, will tell you his experience at the same time, outside in the lobby with Mr. Pixel Panda involving a horse, which is a really funny story, and I'm sure Ryan would love to tell you guys about that, so I won't spoil his thunder. Now what you can see I'm doing here is I'm peeking into our base and making sure that my back is covered, because I want to make sure that no one can sneak up behind me. So I'm constantly looking ahead. I've got my left and right covered because I know that no one can approach from there, at least not for a long way. Now change direction, have a peek to my left, don't see any names. So I'm constantly being really defensive because I'm aware there's lots of reds and greens who are out there who are going to be coming after us. And there's, I think, At this point, only 2 blues left on my team. Now this is the mistake I make. I turn around, and then suddenly I see was killed by red. Turn, 2 reds there. If I'd been looking, I might have been able to save my teammate. As you can see there, I get completely smacked up and start panicking, thinking, oh god, what am I going to do? I could spawn a wolf, so I do, and then I think, hang on, I'm going to mess him up. So I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, general dead. 20 points. Impressed? I am. 20 points means that he was significantly higher ranked than me, and he'd been playing the game for a fair while. Did he stand any chance against a Wicked Wall JSButts style of fighting? No, he didn't. I then fight this guy, I get 1 hit behind him, and then start swinging at him again. I get 1, 2, 3 hits there, he's very nearly dead, and then he runs away, starts potioning. And what proceeds here is then a very, very long and boring chase. And so, what do we do when we have a long, boring chase? We insert the chase music and speed up the video. So I hope you guys enjoy this next little bit. And here is where the chase ends, guys. I am still chasing him at this point, but you could see that afterwards I suddenly spot, oh god, I'm in the red space. I probably shouldn't try and take on all of these guys. And then suddenly I see 1, 2, 3 reds and the green behind me, who's a general, who I'd already killed previously. He was the first guy I think I killed in the montage when I went to green space, or at the beginning of this. So here is me now running away, fearful for my life. And I think, okay, F5 mode, and sure enough, 1 green and then a train of reds. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm going to lose them in the water. Nope, instead, I'm going to be an idiot and get stuck in the water, very nearly die. Panic, F5, and oh, hang on, not behind me. And my wolf one's cooled down. So now I've got a wolf, and then I see a guy, and he gets stuck in the ground. And so I kind of stand there with the reds, and we all smack him. And then I'm just like, oh, hey, reds. And all 3 of them are now really close to me. Immediately regret this decision. So, yeah. Funnily enough, I wasn't overly pleased with this turn of events. I'm now running accidentally back towards red space. And so I was thinking, hang on, I'm going to make them think I'm going there. And then bam! Jump to the right. Weren't expecting that, were they? Were they? And then shortly I'll check behind me. I plan on checking behind me here, and then this happens. So, oh, there's the fire arrow. That lets me know that, yes, we are still here. And then he hits me. At which point I go, oh god, I'm almost dead. Running away, past the sheep. And then I'm like, hang on. Okay, well that happened. He's now stuck under the ground, so I'll kill this guy. And then I'm just like, okay, well 1, 2. Chase him. Meanwhile the archer's there. Oh god, that's a punch in the face from me. Where's that guy gone? I have no idea. He then smacked me. I suddenly realised 1 more arrow and I'm dead. And so I'm like, bop-de-bop-de-bop. Bear in mind, at this point, I only had 3 stacks of 32 potions compared to all Ryan's other games, where I had at least 6 stacks. And so there we are. I think I'm running into blue space, and then bam, I end up running smack bang into the middle of green space. 3 reds in front of me, 3 greens in front of me, 3 reds behind me. Complete panic. Still being chased. Very low on potions. So eventually, we get to the point where I just go, right, that's it. These guys are dying. And this is what happens. So they try trapping me in there, and I hit him once. They think they've got me. They think they've got JSButts cornered. Little do they know that JSButts is waiting for them. Their archer immediately pulls back. 1, 2, 3, and their mage is dead. 1, 2, and a third. And their archer decides he's going to jump in and help. I then immediately go for this guy, smack him out. He's out of the game, forgot to check his potions. And this archer, once again, an archer running away from the JSButts. I think I can cut him off at this point, and I try to, and then he realizes. I realize that he's Decided was to go this way. But yeah, so starts off 3 reds, 1 blue, Mr. JSButts. And how does it finish? 1 red, running away for his life, JSButts unscathed. I see him running back to his base at that point, and I decide that I'm going to go back to my base and build a cathedral. This next bit of the gameplay is a little bit slower, as basically I've decided, right, okay, I've gone in, there's still a fair few reds, a fair few greens, and I think there's still a yellow or 2 at this point, although they might have all been killed. But my plan is, run back to the mid, and then I decide, right, I know my base is diagonally in front of me, so I run back to my base, mine some trees, build a cathedral, and then grab some potions before, once again, running out. But you've got to remember, by this point, I had killed, I think, 6 or 7 people already. So I hope you guys are learning from this how useful the warrior class can be, because outnumbered even 3 to 1 in the middle of an enemy's base, if they're unexpected and you get the first hit, you're almost guaranteed to kill them. It's such a useful class, and I'd really recommend, like, if you're new to the game and you get a warrior class, copying like what I did in this video, which is basically, you know, just upgrade your sword as soon as you can, worry about everything afterwards, because if someone rushes you, you want to be able to attack them quickly, because chances are they're probably a warrior who's came in or they killed. So yeah, I think at this point I start like checking my balance, wondering if I have enough to get a cathedral, and I'm always checking like diagonally in front of me back from the mid, which is the direction I know that my main rivals are coming from. So at this point, I think, okay, no one's following me, I'm safe, and I'm fine. So, you know, I'm started running in, and this is quite entertaining, because, as you'll see in a second, I am actually not quite as alone as I thought, and for quite some time, there's been someone else in the midst with me, which is a little entertaining. But yeah, so I think at this point, you know, I'm once again doing the tactic I showed you before, which is where I check my back. At that point, I just check the balance and realize, you know, I'm like 7,500 odd. I think I need 8,000 to upgrade, so I'm just like, well. And then suddenly, I think I noticed something just there, but didn't say anything. And then, oh, there's a red. Just chilling the other side of my church, which means I'm like, well, I could do something. But on the other hand, I'd rather just grab some money. He doesn't know I'm here yet. So at this point, I'm thinking, well, okay, I'll just grab all this spare change, chop down the last tree, and hopefully, I think by this point I do have enough to get a cathedral. And so yeah, I kind of, you know, let him know about my presence. I upgrade the cathedral, and then I eat the apple. I'm aware that my dogs are here, and I start chasing him. He then decides he's going to be the big guy, and he's going to run at me, and I let him know who's boss. He very quickly starts running backwards. I get 2 hits on him, and he turns and flees. There's a 3rd hit. He's now petrified. I start chasing him, and he cakes it away. Absolute Wreck-It Ralph. This is why I think that even though I haven't got a live narration, I decided I was going to upload this video anyway, because this is a really good demonstration of just how strong the warrior class is. The reason I've done it without Wicked Wall is because we decided that for our favourite classes, like mine is probably warrior, his is probably cloaker, we're going to upload separately to each other. You can see at this point, you know, I've got an absolute mass of potions ready, and so I decide, you know, let's go. So what do? I stack them so that I've got 63 instead of 32. Sometimes it doesn't work, like that, where you can see I go to put the 63 in, and then for some reason it puts down a 1, which is not what I wanted to do, but it just glitches like that sometimes. There's a glitch in the game. So at this point, I'm kind of just, you know, I'm thinking, I'm going to prep myself, going to make sure I've got everything correct, got lots of potions stacked up and ready, and then I move golden apple across. I think, tell you what, I'll get rid of the pickaxe, and then I get another 63 potions, and then you can see at that point I've now got 5 sets of 63. I let myself know just roughly which way everyone is, check all the different directions, and get my sword out, and then decide, actually, I think at this point I had decided to switch out the compass, perhaps? I don't know. I think, yeah, there we go. And I switch out the compass because now I know roughly where everyone is. And then it's time to charge. And this is the bit where it kind of gets a little bit more exciting. Well, because now we're getting near to the end game, and I kind of rush in. I see a guy, the 8th guy that I've now came against in this game, which is, for a Colony Wars game of 20 plus people, absolutely insane, especially when you've been on your own, since there are only like 16 people in the lobby. But I see him down here just building a hole for when the deathmatch starts, and I just think, right, you're done. And I kill him. And that's him done. Get out my pickaxe quickly, and at this point I hear a noise, thinking that someone's approaching. Turns out it's just my dog walking on these cobbles, which is why I start jumping around here just to check if anyone's nearby. Realise no one is, sort everything out, have another little check. Just make sure I've got my pickaxe there, just in case someone blows me into a hole, because I know there's a priest around still. And then I decide, right, let's go. And this is the bit where it starts to heat up a bit. I think I go into, I check that, and I see I'm the only one left. The reds and the greens have been killing each other. And I think there's one red fighting 3 greens, and meanwhile there's another red back at his base. And so I just, eat some food, make sure I'm all ready, get rid of that, get my wolf wand out, and then I'm like, right, that's it. Let's go attack the reds. So jumping in, and oh look, this poor guy. And I genuinely felt sorry after this kill, because this poor guy has been abandoned by his teammate, left on his own, and is just having to fend off against me. And I've got enough time to stand here, smash through their wall, and then he just gets a sight of the person who's going to kill him through the barriers, and he starts hopping away. I start hopping around here, and then poor guy, he doesn't know how to play the game, and he just completely panics and then decides he's going to come for me. And this is what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4th hit, and then he goes against the wall instead of running away, and he's dead. And the showdown begins. So I went from being the last guy on my team with, I think it was a total of 15, maybe 18 odd, I don't even know, opponents. So all of the red team left, all of the green team left, most of the yellow team left. And then from that, I've now managed to get it from my own into the final, despite the number of people chasing me. So here we go. Got 3 dogs left, and let's see how the final goes. So as soon as I spawn in, I'm like, right, there's the 2 greens. Okay, you look like the weak link. He doesn't have the sword, so I smack him, and there, immediately done. And then I start getting hit, and then I get hit again. And I'm thinking, okay, well, can I take this guy? So I started jumping around, thinking maybe my dogs do a bit of damage. What's he doing? He's killing my dogs. So I get 1-2 hit on him, he gets 1 hit on me. We're equal at this point, he kills my dogs, and then he jumps in and just gets that final swing at me, just before I can get that final swing at him. And I didn't think to use up my potions. So congratulations to him and the green team, they did really well. But yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this commentary. If you did, make sure to leave a like rating and subscribe to WickedButts for more Colony Wars videos. I hope that's a good demonstration to you guys of how to use the warrior class and how strong it is. And until next time, guys, I hope you have a great time playing on the Colony Wars server. And until then, I've got to say adios.